Hello everybody, this is Japhet from the Arc of Trading, and I'm back with another daily top 10 video where we analyze our trending stocks objectively and look at the story behind the price action movement of the stocks. So I'm back here on the 12th of February, and we are back with the trending stocks for today. I'm sorry I missed the ones yesterday, but yeah, we're gonna look at the trending stocks that were talked about today over this long weekend. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. It helps a lot with the channel. And also don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you find something useful from this video. So let's get at least 20 likes on this one, and let's move to our Instagrams account right here. So if you're new and you haven't followed me on Instagrams, don't forget to do so. I post my charts over there that might be, posted from the day itself. The trading open, when the market is open. Sorry, but yeah, I post my analysis there during the day while the market is open, and they are the live charts. So, at first, let's look at the market summary for today. So this was from last Feb 11, so I wasn't able to do one yesterday, so I'm doing one today. But let's see what happened. So there was a pullout of net foreign investment of negative 185 million. So there was a lot more people who took out their investment for that day, and we do see some negative ones from yesterday. So yeah. But overall, we did not see too much of a downside, but it's almost 100 points, so that's still kind of big. And we see that reflect with this huge candle as we see here. This arrow, this chart was from last Wednesday, I believe. And we do see, as we hoped, we get this support level tested, and maybe this support level tested, this 6,800 to 6,900 level tested. So we shall see what happens. I was hoping to have it form a support level right around here, which is around 69.60, so 69.50, right around here. So I'm hoping it bounces here for PSE, but we do see a massive rejection on the upside. Thus, we have this pullback that we're seeing. Hopefully, it's just a pullback and not, a continuation of a huge downside right here. And let's see what happens over the next week. But first, let's move to our first trending stock for this one, which is Dito. Let's look at what Dito happened. So what happened with Dito is actually, wow, it broke above one more resistance right here, the immediate resistance. So it broke above our resistance at 1730. And now it closed at 1770 with a positive net foreign today. A lot of trades, so it's definitely moving. And wow, we broke above. There's a daily candle that broke above this resistance, and we shall see what happens. So I'm pretty sure some people are gonna take profit, and then I'm hoping to see a pullback sometime soon around this level of resistance, turn support hopefully in the future. But for now, our closest major support is around 15.8 to 16.20. So if you are more on the conservative side, you know that this is kind of overextended right now, and it might want to revisit this level of support sometime soon. So be careful if you're getting into this one, just as you should be careful with the next stock, which is PHA. We have PHA lined up, and what happened with PHA was, so it did try to break above. It closed above this resistance level that we have drawn, but this next candle broke back in. So it really does want to test this level of support, this range at 2.7 to 2.8. So we shall see what happens. This definitely wants to retest because there was a rally from February 2nd right here, and it was just going up. So it didn't have the time to pull back right around this area. So yeah, we shall see what happens, but it definitely wants to test this range of prices at 2.7 to 2.8, and hopefully this level of support holds and creates a support here, a better support here, before rallying back on the upside. So yeah, hopefully we see a build of support before rallying up, or else this is gonna crash pretty bad if it just keeps going down. But we shall see. Definitely a level of support that we're watching for it to bounce back up is around this area, and maybe we might be seeing that 3 peso resistance still be a resistance because it hasn't cleared this resistance right here. So we shall wait and see what happens. It broke back in, closed in at 2.97, negative 5%, and although there was a lot of foreign buyers, there were some retailers that took profit on this one, and we shall see what happens on Monday when the market opens again to see the sentiments of the people if they still want to invest on this one. But for me, I'm expecting a pullback right around this range, 2.7 to 2.8. That's why we've specified it, and hopefully it does settle around that price. So up next we have ACEN, who also kind of did the same thing. So we're watching this level of support at 7.6 to 7.75. It tried to break above because it really does want to, but it broke back in, and it tried it for the 5th time now, 1 2 3 4 5, but it still haven't been able to break above that, and thus we're still moving for that move on the upside from this level of support. So hopefully the 7.6 to 7.75 level holds, as we have seen right here with our wicks, wick, the 3rd wick, and then now we might have a 4th one right here. So we shall see what happens. So definitely gonna be watching this as it gets rejected here, and then gets rejected as well on the upside here, because we still have this resistance level that it wants to break, but can't just right now. So let's continue watching for these levels, these price points. It might be a good time to accumulate before it rallying on the upside, but if it does break below this, that's not good news, and it might test this level once again. So we shall wait and see what happens for this one, but definitely these two things could happen. It really wants to test out these price points first before deciding what it wants to do, and hopefully we're not overwhelmed with the sellers and people that take profit. So up next we have APL, where we saw a good end to this. Wow, okay, so it did bounce. The pullback was just a pullback, thankfully, and it's trying to build a support level right around, what is this, 23. So it got rejected right there. We do see a pullback, and it definitely wants to attempt to break this ceiling again, which is still at 25.5. That's still a good ceiling. This range is still a ceiling for us until it breaks above and builds a support right here on this range. So resistance is still resistance. Our support turned resistance is indeed still resistance, but for now we are seeing a great support at 23. So yes, if we look at our more context, that was a resistance right here. Now it's acting as support, so that's good. But we are definitely seeing, waiting for that big move on the upside. So up next we have BSC. What do we have for BSC? So it did want to maintain this level right here, but it attacked it quite hard. So we shall wait and see what it does. So it did get rejected on the upside, but we are hoping for it to bounce from this level of support now. 2 days that it didn't want to go below 1.13, or this range right here that we have. So that's good, but yeah, I'm watching this right now because this was also the resistance before. So we had a resistance level right around here, and that's where it's resting. So that is good confluence between resistance and support. So we shall wait and see what happens for this one, but definitely wants to hopefully build a support right there on this area. I'm definitely watching that as our immediate support level right here, because that was the resistance before. So definitely watching that as we get on with this. And yep, hopefully this level holds the 1.1 to 1.15, or else we might be seeing a touch on the 1.5 levels, so 1.05 levels. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but for now, let's see what it does. These 4-hour candles are just super small. Wow. Okay, but yeah, that's the range we're watching for BSC. And up next we have MM. What do we have for MM today? So it's trying to pierce through. It's definitely trying to pierce through, but it hasn't yet. And we're still waiting for it to pierce through, and it might happen really soon. But if it does pierce through and find support at 6.8 to 7.1, this is honestly a good support level. If you want to get in here, it's kind of good. It's already good to get in here right now. It's definitely the accumulation phase before, because it's creating some higher lows right here, respecting that for the short term. And it's definitely seeing like an ascending triangle pattern. So I'm hoping that this bounces off of this and creates another high right here, like a massive candle. So if it does that, that would be a good entry. That would be a good sign that this really wants to test our ceiling again at 8 peso. So people are still undecided on this level, this area. So we're waiting until it potentially reacts to this line right here and hopefully bounces up, creates a huge candle right here on this area. But yes, this is a good accumulation phase or accumulation area if you want to get into this stock at 6.8 to 7.0. And if it does break below that, should be a sign for you to maybe, cut some position on this. But right now, it is definitely holding this short-term uptrend while trying to break this resistance right here. So we shall wait and see. Be patient with this one, and let's move to our next one with VUL. What is going on here, VUL? So VUL had a massive candle. Let me reset my drawings right here. So VUL did not want to retrace on this support level, but instead it broke above our resistance right here. It pierced through, but it hasn't closed above it yet. So not sure if this is gonna be counted as, wow, this is very vertical for me. So wow, that's a run. So it hasn't had a pullback, a time to pull back somewhere. So I might be expecting it to pull back right here on this resistance level, but at the same time, this trend line that we have right here, that's very sloped up. So I'm hoping it pulls back here, and if it does, that's a good level that we could see for it to form some level of support right here at 3.0 to 3.15. So hopefully that builds right there. So 3.0, 3.15, hope it closes there or finds support there. But yes, yeah. I'm just watching the price action movement here. And up next, we have TBGI. So what is going on with TBGI? So TBGI is definitely trying to pierce through this level of support, or support before turned resistance now. So it's definitely trying to pierce through after getting rejected here. But yeah, it tried to pierce through, but not yet completely. It's not out of the clouds yet, so, or this resistance zone yet. What is this zone? Point 4550 or 4540. Let's just say 45. Let me just type it here. What is this one? 0.4550 to around, where's that? 4540 to around 46. Is it 46? Or what is this level? 4750. 0.4750. So that's a good level of support right here if it does break above. So hopefully we do settle right about this area as we see here. Broke down but responded up, and then it became a resistance zone right here, resistance zone right here, 4750. Yeah, so that should be a good resistance. So it's definitely trying to break above, and it's still going through this cloud of resistance, trying to pierce above that. So we shall see what happens. For TBGI, definitely a good 8% gain, close up 0.46 with positive net foreign. So up next, we have our last stock before we go back and review PSE. But yes, this one, ABBA Core. ABBA Core is definitely trying to retest this support area. It couldn't pierce through just yet. I got a massive rejection right here on the daily time frame, and it really does want to retest the 1.1 to 1.2 level even more. So we shall wait and see what happens if it does bounce above there. But I mean, if it's a support level and it holds, if it has held for 5 days at least here in the past, so I'm hoping that it bounces above once it hits this price point right here. But we shall wait and see. We shall watch and see what happens on this one. But yeah, definitely has a resistance at 1.35, 1.34 levels. So yeah, it did get rejected again based on here. It tried piercing through, but it broke back in, and then last Thursday we did see it just going down and breaking back in completely and wanting to retest our range here at 1.1 to 1.2. It did close on a loss of almost 8% even with a positive net foreign. But yes, definitely hit the low for last Thursday. There might have been a sell-off because of a long weekend, but we shall see what happens. And let's see. Let's look at PSEI. Let us recap on what happened. It definitely wants to build a support somewhere. Our nearest support is right here at 69.50. This line right here at 69.60, 69.50. I hope that's the support zone that it does try to build at. And I hope this level of support at 6900 holds as well for us to continue on the upside. But this is natural. You know, we could see a formation of higher lows as we had this rejection right here, build of support right here. Hopefully it builds another level of support right here. And if we do see a pullback right here around this price point, it's just a perfect time for it to respect this trend line and hopefully bounce above. So I am particularly looking at this trajectory for the price action for the candles. So we shall see if I'm right. But if I'm not, you know, we're watching these zones that I've labeled. So we shall watch and see what happens. That's it from me. And as always, remember to be patient, stay disciplined, and strive to be consistent with your trading. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see my next videos. And I'm going to be uploading tutorials as well. It's the weekend. I'm going to be uploading a tutorial, and don't stay tuned for that. Turn on that notification bell. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.